Bags. Hey everyone, it's a four gun guy. And today my buddy Travis and I are going to go through the bags you may want to purchase and the bags you may not want to purchase, and not wasting your money buying a whole bunch of bags that you're never going to use.
Like we did.
Yeah, like we did. So if you're ready to go, let's get to it. Let's start off with just some of the bags you see in front of you here. So Travis, what I'd like you to do is tell us about these bags, who makes them, what you might use them for. And we're going to get out on some props, actually, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
And kind of use them and see how all this stuff might work together. I'm going to push that over there so it's out of the way. So go ahead, just walk through these bags. And
So we'll start on the back row first. This is the Wee Bad mini fortune cookie. And it was one of the first bags that I got, and it was the light fill. And it's been a good bag.
mm-hmm.
This is the Tater Tot, which is the heavy fill.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little bit more weight to it, a little bit wider.
And that's Wee Bad again.
This is Wee Bad again.
Okay.
And it's a great bag.
Mm-hmm.
This has been my favorite new buy. It's the Rear Admiral from Armageddon Gear, and if you're shooting tripods, this is it.
I agree.
This is a no-brainer for me.
Totally agree.
This is a Cole-tac
mm-hmm.
front bag, just because affordability, does the same thing as everything else.
Yeah,
can't beat it. And I also think for tripod, having some type of front bag
mm-hmm.
and the Rear Admiral,
absolutely,
you're solid.
Yep, perfect.
And these are more the recent bags that I've been switching to is the Armageddon Gear, and this is everybody's favorite, the Schmedium.
Mm-hmm.
It is smaller, it is lighter, it does have heavy sand fill, but recently it's like everybody wants one more inch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Schmedium +1, and while it is heavier, I find it's just as good, just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And their other new bag that they just came out with this last year is the X bag.
And I've heard good things about this, and you helped them kind of
mm-hmm.
tweak this, right?
Yeah, tweaked the design a little bit and made it more concave. And what me and Keith found, this is a bus's best friend because it really gets that pinch point, and when it pinches down on that window, yeah, this is it.
That's awesome.
This is the one I got my father-in-law, and this is the only one he uses.
Nice.
And just because you never know.
Yes. Right.
The big ass rear bag.
Right.
Is it necessary? No, but it's nice to have.
Maybe once in a match.
It's nice to have.
When you have it. Yeah.
It's better to need it and not have it, and have it and not need it.
Okay. Well, let's switch to what I have,
mm-hmm.
and then we'll try to get out in the field and have some conversation around not what's better, not who makes a better bag,
mm-hmm.
but just some of the things people should think about when they're looking at bags. All right. Well, this is about 1/10 of the bags that I actually have, and I left the rest of my bags at home by mistake today. Which is probably a good thing because they would have just been piled up on this.
I don't know if the suspension in your truck can take it.
Yeah, exactly. So similar to you, I have the Rear Admiral. This thing is I took a lot of fill out of this, so it's really good on the back of the tripod. This is in fact, I think I did a video on this. If I didn't, I will. This is my homemade plate.
I like it. I mean,
and I've actually cut it down a little bit. And then this is I think this is a Armageddon
mm-hmm.
gear
bag. That's an Armageddon
plate bag. Gear. And this thing has just been, and I like it because it's wider than other plate bags. Now I do have what you have.
I do like the width.
I have a thinner bag like this,
mm-hmm.
Narrower bag, because on some props this is too wide.
But also, I like how this is shorter as well.
Yeah. And then I've got my, what is it? +1+1+1.
Yeah.
And this is the Armageddon Gear bag, but it's through
I can't remember the
Yeah.
other company, but Armageddon Gear has recently started selling it through their website
Yeah.
directly, and you don't
Oh,
have
okay,
to go
good.
to the third party
Good.
seller anymore.
Yeah. And then this is the Armageddon Gear. I think this is just the fat bag.
That's just the fat
Fat
bag.
bag, and then this is the big ass.
They call it the big ass bag,
Yeah.
and you actually using your bag on the netting is why I got one.
Yeah. And the thing I like about these two bags, honestly, is the slant, right? Because I can use this as a rear support bag, and I've done it before, like on a rooftop or platform.
I've seen you
and
use
I can
that.
just bring my rifle back
Mhm.
if I need to lower the muzzle, and it's worked really well. Or push it out if I need to bring the muzzle up. And then, of course, this has its own explanation. Let's talk first about some things people need to think about when they're getting into bags. And then we'll put some of these on a prop and kind of see what we're talking, so they can see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay?
Awesome.
All right. Let's go over the 4 bags we think people should have right off the bat. Go.
First one,
rear end.
Hands down.
Okay.
I think at this point in the game, it's just one of those things that when you're on a tripod, I have lost shots, and I know you have, to your gun slipping
or
down on the tripod.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
This eliminates that.
Cool.
And another thing that I love about this and Armageddon in general is we both have taken fill out, and I love the availability of that. Front bag.
Yes.
Whether or not you buy from Weebad, Armageddon Gear, Cole-tac, they're all great bags.
Agree.
You need a front bag.
Yes.
Mounting options, I think you can either go with something homemade and on the cheaper side, or go with Area 419 and go expensive. It's just whatever your budget is. There's unlimited options for it.
No, I think that's a great one.
So these 2 bags, hands down, get these.
Yep.
And then from there, as far as the big bags, I don't think that's a first buyer's purchase because so many people will have that in their gear. So I believe having a good bag that can both use as rear support and main support. I personally have been playing around with the +1 and the medium.
Okay.
It's just on whether or not you want a bigger bag or a smaller bag. So I would want both.
Yeah.
Because I think that the +1 is an excellent rear bag. I don't think the medium is big enough for a rear bag in some scenarios, and this gives you that option.
Okay.
But also, some props, it's too big. That's where the medium comes in for everything else.
Cool. All right. So
that's my opinion.
No, I'm right there with you. I am the rear admiral. I am the front bag, the plate bag, and then again, the game changer +1. This is just my go-to bag.
Yeah.
This is it. And then other than that, what I didn't bring here today was I do have a Weebad Tater Tot Max, and I love the just sheer size of that bag.
It's huge.
And what I've done with that is similar to what our buddy Larry has. He has, in fact, in one of the videos from that match up in Arkansas or Alabama, you see me using his 16-pound Supermax bag.
We call it the moose knuckle.
The moose knuckle, yeah. And so I have that Tater Tot Max filled with heavy fill, and that thing's up around 12 pounds. I think this is hitting 9 or 10. So yeah, those would be my 4 bags, and I agree with you. Look, in the beginning, I don't think you need to mess with these 2, and just because people are going to be at a match that either have those, or the number of times you actually need to use those is so minimal. You brought up the fact that, for example, in a rear admiral, in the Armageddon gear bags, there is a spigot here built into the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I have replaced the fill in this bag 3 times.
Yes.
I'm now hopefully on the final fill that I have. The interesting thing about this bag is the fill inside this bag is made by Weebad. So it's Weebad fill in
The
an
glass
Armageddon, the glass fill in an Armageddon gear bag. So I just,
Which to that, I kind of want to talk about that.
yeah.
Because most people run heavy sand, and
Mhm.
where's the biggest detriment of heavy sand?
Get it wet.
Like I dealt with at the Two Rivers match up in Arkansas, you dealt with in Alabama, it becomes a rock.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can take it out of Armageddon gear
Mm-hmm.
and change it to whether or not you go with the Weebad fill or even the Specs Light.
Yeah, you've got that Specs Light.
The Specs Light that
fill.
I'm trying out today,
Okay.
and gonna be playing around with that.
Okay.
I think that option for Armageddon gear, being able to change it out, is it's a game changer.
So other bag manufacturers, if I could talk to them, and I mean, I know the guys from Weebad, they're great guys. But I would just say, if you can build something like this into your bags, and I know people have said, well, you can call them up and you can do this. That's not what I'm saying is.
Can't do that at the range like I'm doing today.
I can't do it at the range like I'm doing it today. And now my wife with ours, she has a sewing machine, so she cuts a little hole in the Weebad bag. I empty it, fill it with what I want to fill, and then once I'm done, I clamp it, and once it's where I want it to be, then she'll sew that up.
Yeah.
But I would just say to those other manufacturers, if you could do what Armageddon gear is doing, you'll be at least up there in the game with them, and I think that would be great.
Absolutely, and even to go into the fill options.
Yeah.
There's more people coming out with different things like aftermarket companies like Spec Light that work with shooters, and they're trying to develop same feel of heavy sand but lighter materials. And that's why when I got this for my father-in-law Bobby, this is the X bag, and it's the party mix. So it's a mix in between the light fill that you see here in the tater tot and the heavy sand. So this is a bigger bag.
Yeah.
But it is much lighter than the Plus One heavy sand.
Yeah.
So,
and I've done that. I've put the pellets mixed with sand in a bag. I've actually mixed them.
Yeah.
And it worked actually pretty good.
And as far as figuring out what fill you want, I would just go to a match, test out other people's bags, because there's going to be guys like me and you there that have one of everything. Test out what you think feels good behind your gun and your rifle and the way you're doing it.
Yep. All right, let's get on some props with some of these
My
bags.
favorite part.
Before we do that, light fill, heavy fill, medium fill. Again, I think it goes back to what you just said. I have heavy fill in this simply because when I put this on a prop, I don't want this going anywhere, and I want that rifle to be straight on. With a lighter fill, the bags tend to kind of wave a little bit, move around. Now, a bag like this, if I'm going to use this as a rear support and I want that adjustability I was talking about, or I'm going to use this here to stable my arm, then yeah.
And I've seen you go on stages, especially like, let's say, the bus. You'll carry that on your shoulder and you'll have it on you. And if you need it, great. You have it and it's light enough that it is okay.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a great point and that's a great option.
Yep. All right, let's get to some props. All right, well, Travis, what I'd like you to do is, I love the way you set these bags up, so this is awesome, right? So let's just kind of run through how you would run these on a prop like this. Now, honestly, on a prop like this,
tripod.
You may do a tripod. So let's run it through bags first.
Yep, and then I want to
see how you would do it,
roll.
and then we'll figure up, trip up a bipod and run it on that. So go ahead. So this first bag, this is your
plus one.
So run that. Just get down on it like you would in a match.
Absolutely.
Right? Shooter ready.
Shooter ready. And what I like to do with all bags is if I'm going to set it down on this side, I grab my thumb here and I flip it back. That way I'm setting it down and
Okay.
it kind of locks.
All right, so beep.
Beep, set it right there and set it down and I'm already there.
Yeah.
And then you have great MPA. I'm right there on the target. It's no problem.
He's got his great tripod stance here, right? Rear feet perpendicular
and
to the rifle.
It's just it could not be more solid.
Yeah.
And what I like about the +1, if you have to cant, I've got the surface area to do that without moving the bag.
That's a great point.
And doing that with, let's say, the Schmedium.
So that's the Schmedium. And it's wrapped pretty good around that bar, but I do notice that you don't have the contact you had up here.
Yeah, and I think that goes along with that extra +1 on either side. And the biggest change is if you're canting, I have so much less area to maneuver with there.
That's a great point.
And with the X bag, one of the points of it was to use these little teeth that they have and grip more, but on bigger props, you have that little gap in the middle there.
Oh, I see.
That's why it's kind of more specialized for those thinner props and windows and stuff.
I got you. Okay.
While you're still stable, it's not as flat of a surface.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit.
That does wrap around though, man.
And with the Weebad,
bring that up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Or the second, or whatever you want.
With the Weebad, starting just like it is,
now,
and you can see.
You're showing something. I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You're showing something right now that I love about the Weebad.
That is.
So this is another one of those things that I say. Remember, we were talking about the spigots, right? Weebad. Put a spigot in your bag. Armageddon gear. Do this, and I think you can get something like this.
You can on some bags.
Sticky stuff, or that just grips.
Well, yeah, because you can throw it on there, and even if you just throw it on there, just whatever, it's going to stay.
Yeah.
And just like that fell off, not going to happen here. And I think the tater tot with this grip is great for if you're shooting on the leg of a take trap.
Yeah.
But you can see bag to bag, these are the two best sellers on each company. Much flatter surface here.
Yeah. And maybe if this had a little more fill, it might be a little flatter, but nothing beats that +1.
No.
I'm telling you, it's an awesome bag.
It's still good width.
Yeah.
It's still got good maneuverability.
Yeah.
But I want that rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like shooting off a platform.
Yeah. All right, well, let's set up the tripod and see what that would look like on this prop.
Sounds good.
Okay, and then if we're talking about, people were thinking, I did a video on the Rear Admiral, but here's my plate bag, here's the Rear Admiral, we're using your tripod, and again, if I was coming in here, there, here, I'm down on it, I've got my scope caps on, I don't care because we're not shooting anything, but here I am. Now, what you may not see in the camera is, if I wasn't using this, I'm right on this knuckle. And that's one of the big things about using this Rear Admiral, is if you're on the knuckle, it could really interfere with your shot. And I've had that happen to me before. But the other thing I like about this is this bottom piece of the Rear Admiral, when my hand is here, it is literally just resting. That's it. And if I need to come up, down, whatever, I'm just doing this and I'm just doing that.
It's a lot easier to adjust on a bag than something hard.
It really is. It really is. So that's, those are the ways you could shoot a prop like this. Generally speaking, I'll have my bipod behind this bag and deployed.
And you made a good point.
Load into it if I wanted to. But yeah, that's so that's how we could look at that. This was a blind stage in a 22 match, and I was the RO. I put people through hell, but
yeah, me included.
Yeah, but this is a great example of some of the props that some of these bags would be good for, and we're going to show you and talk to you about the right amount of fill and the not right amount of fill for the bag you think you want to use. So let's kind of do this as a stage. This could be a stage in a match. It could be use all three of these props, not like the blind stage.
And these are all very common props at all matches. Like everybody's got a tank trap. A lot of people have spool and barrels.
Yeah. So let's grab your rifle and let's start here on the spool. Now, on the spool, some people may run a bipod with a rear bag, and that's fine. That's fine. Depending on the amount of time you have, though, you may not do that. You may just want to get down, run a bag, and move.
I'm a man in his bag.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were going to shoot this, I know if I was going to shoot this, I'd take my +1. I'd come here sideways
to give you the most,
to give me the height.
Yes.
And then that's what I would do.
Yes. Okay. And this is something that me and Tony noticed is with this bag, it was torn years ago, and Phil fell out, and in the repair, it kind of is a little bit less filled than what I would like.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt. If your other bag gets torn, you can repair it, and like in the case of the +1, fill it back up.
Yeah, yeah. And then, because here's the problem, and if we do this, this is much taller than this. May not look like it to the camera.
It's much.
But this is a good inch and a half taller, this one is, than this one. And so if you're going to start doing things like, I want it upside down on a prop, I want it sideways, make sure you have enough fill in there to make that make sense. Same thing with this bag here.
And height does matter, because if you're setting this bag down, and you're setting it down in the middle,
you don't have it.
You don't have it.
And that's another good thing to talk about. Position, you have it.
You've got it.
Yeah. And again, some guys will do that when what they, in some instances, what they should do is have the bag here on the edge.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. They could just load into that and do that.
But in the case of some rocks,
yes,
you don't have that option.
You don't have that luxury. Exactly. And then when we come to the tank trap here, same thing. Right now, I love running my Weebad upside down, and that was money.
And that shows it just like that.
That was money for me.
Which this to me is a little detriment of the sticky, because you have to set it just like you set it. There is no loading and then moving forth easily.
Yeah.
Which, for me, I like to just get it on and slide in.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
But with it running upside down like this, that does make it nice and stable position.
And flat. Yeah. The other way would be this, which again, we're kind of back into, you've just limited the amount of space. And with this one, I mean, we went from this to this, and guys, that's a huge amount. You may not think it, but it's a big amount.
Especially when you're looking at the stability of the rifle.
This is why we keep coming back to the +1.
If I had to have one bag to do it all, it would be the +1.
Yeah.
And like Tony said, this isn't bad mouthing any companies. This is all personal preference. Been shooting for a number of years, and this is just
things to think about.
Yes.
And that's the point. That's what I want to try to get out of my videos to folks is, I don't care what you go with, but I want you to think about why you're going with it before you invest that money. These things are $100, 120, 150, but they're good quality.
Yeah.
So you're paying for that quality, which I don't have a problem with. But make sure you're going to spend the money on what you're spending.
I've got at least 12 matches on that bag, and it still looks brand new.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's going to last, and you buy it to last. But there are times that you're sitting on top of a T-post, and your bag's going to rip. Or drop it off a tower.
Yeah.
like some people did. And I will say both companies most bag companies have excellent customer service.
Mhm.
Send it in and they'll fix it for you. But then are they going to send it in too full or underfilled?
Right, right. Or do they have a spigot that who cares?
Exactly.
All right, let's do one more prop and then we'll get to some final thoughts.
Sounds good.
Okay. We're in the bus. This is a great example of, we have a couple things to go over in here, but this is a great example of what Travis was saying, that this X bag, look at that, is perfect for that, right?
Yep. It's almost purpose built, and it's one of those specialty designs
Yeah,
for this right here.
yeah.
Be-
And then this is the +1.
yeah.
Okay. And you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, you should be able to. If I can, I'll zoom in. You can see how freaking flat this is. I mean, look, that's flat.
It's perfect.
This is almost like that underfilled bag we had back on the tank trap.
Yep.
Back there. But put your rifle on these, and then we're going to talk about
90% of the props this bag is perfect for, but you have that rounded edge here that just leads you to want to manipulate the rifle to the target. When here, you're back on that super stable position, and it couldn't be more solid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's just shooting on a flat platform.
Right, right. Now, how much does that bag cost?
It's like $110.
Okay, $110. If you are just getting into this sport and you don't want to pay $100 and whatever for this bag, and then another $110 for a bag that you're going to use when you only have very specific requirements to use it, then what you really should be thinking is, how do I make myself get better at what I'm doing here? See what I'm saying? See? Practice this. And then if you're running a cart and you have room for a X bag or whatever, fine, get it. But don't just look at a bag and say, oh, I don't have the X bag, I'm going to do crappy in the bus. No, you're not, because you've now practiced with this bag in this bus, and I can promise you right now, I'm on target and it ain't budging. So I think a lot goes into not only the bags you're getting, but the practice you're putting into it.
So, and to that point, I challenge people, show up to a match, man in his bag.
Yeah.
Learn that bag, shoot that one bag all match, and learn how to shoot on props properly. And if you have the opportunity, practice with it.
Yeah, yeah. Great point. All right, let's get back to the bench for some final thoughts.
Sounds good.
All right, well, final thoughts. Look, I think we hopefully helped the audience with some things. Let's just go kind of back and forth. My first thoughts are, find 4 bags that you think are going to help you in your shooting and that are going to cover 99% of everything you're going to shoot.
You can use that specialty bag like the X bag that we saw. It's got a great purpose. It does it really well, but you don't need that to shoot the majority of matches. If I'm starting out, I'm ordering my bags, I'm getting all my gear. Armageddon gear +1 and the heavy fill, some form of front bag, rear admiral.
Yeah.
And
people are going to say, wait a minute, you just told us don't do a specialty bag, but that's a specialty bag. Dude, in some matches, I'm shooting 50% tripod rear support.
Yes.
Now, maybe I should not be doing that, but the point is, if I am, 50% warrants having that bag.
I have missed enough shots.
Yeah.
Slipping on a tripod or not being comfortable enough or not being able to adjust that last little bit and timing out because of that. I feel like this is that specialty bag that is worth it.
Yeah.
This in this,
Mhm.
you're going to shoot enough props, enough stages,
Yes.
enough matches to where these two are necessary.
Totally agree.
It's not like the bus window where it's
Right.
like, okay, you need the X bag for a bus
Mhm.
window.
Yeah.
You can make do like you
Mhm.
showed them.
Mhm.
Find a way to use it.
Yeah.
I can show up with these 3
Yeah.
bags and shoot 98% of the props
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And then there's that one stage that luckily I know a guy named Tony
Yeah.
that never leaves home without his big pump
his-
pillow.
his bags.
Honestly,
Yeah.
if I had to have a 4th bag to do something with, it would be something with some grip.
Like the wee bag. Yep.
And it doesn't have to be the tater top with the grip. It can be a smaller bag with the grip.
Mhm.
I do feel like the grip would be a good bag in certain situations to have.
Mhm.
But honestly,
Yeah.
I'd keep it at 3.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I could shoot a match with
I'm
this
with you on all
reliably.
that. Yeah, all that. There was one prop, and they dismantled it at our home range, CCC, where we shoot, that had a 45-degree, and I did a
Yes.
video on that, a practice video on that. And that sticky
Mm-hmm.
wee bad bag
Yes.
was the savior,
Yes.
because on one side you could use the tripod kind of as a support. On the other side, I just put that thing on there. It stayed on a 45-degree angle. It was an awesome.
And
awesome
out here
bag.
at Walker County, the rail over there,
Yes.
it's a galvanized rail
Yes.
that if you don't have sticky,
Yeah.
you're going to slide down it.
Yeah.
So I do think if I had to have a 4th bag, I would go with something like
Yep.
the wee bag. Probably
that's a
get
good
like
call.
just a normal sized fortune cookie
Mhm.
with the sticky, and
Mhm.
I would do it light fill, so it's not taking up a lot
Yeah.
of weight in the bag,
Yeah.
and just have it for that.
And if you have someone like a wife or mother, whatever, who can sew and has good sewing, then maybe the ability for a spigot, like like the Armageddon gear has, maybe that's not that big of a deal to you. But if you don't have someone like that, then I think that is another thing that
Yes.
people need to consider: is can you refill the bag easily?
Yes.
Especially if you're out here, come out here like you're going to do after this video. He brought the fill with him. He's going to start playing around with the fill to get it right, and I agree with that.
And I'm a big proponent of that, because just even with your bag, you're using the glass fill.
Mhm.
I really like that, and I've heard good things about the spec light, and I'm very excited to give that a shot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the ability to do that, that's worth it to
Cool,
me.
cool. All right, well, dude, thanks again, man. I
Appreciate
really
it, Tony.
appreciate it, Travis. And so there you go. The bags. Do your research. Nothing is the best, or we're not recommending any brand over another. Just think about things that you want out of it, and go for it. 4 bags to
Yep.
get you started, and we'll see you out there on the range. And until next time, everyone, shoot straight.
Thank you.